Sometimes we're given quantities in the units that we want to use, and that's great. But as often as not, that's not the case, and we need to be able to convert from one set of units to another. So this will be a video about unit conversions. The process we'll use for converting numbers is called dimensional analysis, and it works like this. Do you remember in math classes when you were working on a derivation and somewhere in the process there was this moment of, I'm going to multiply by x squared over x squared because that's just multiplying by 1. That's more or less how dimensional analysis works. So let's say I have a number like 72 inches. And I want to convert that number into yards. I do know a couple of equivalencies, and these equivalencies are called conversion factors. So the ones that I know look like this. 12 inches equals 1 foot, and I know 3 feet equals 1 yard. And I might know this offhand. I might know 36 inches for a yard. I might know 72 inches, well that's 2 yards. But by using an example that's a little bit more familiar, hopefully we can get the concept in place, and then we can expand that and use the same thing to get more complicated things or less familiar things. If I'm multiplying by this conversion factor right here, 12 inches and 1 foot, if these two are equal to each other and I say I'm going to make a fraction out of this, 12 inches over 1 foot, the top and the bottom of the fraction have the same value as each other. So if I multiply by this thing, I'm effectively multiplying by 1, which I'm allowed to do without changing the value of the number, or at least without changing what that value represents. So what I'm looking to do then is to multiply by 1 enough times and in the right ways to get my units to work out. Here we go. Right now I have 72 inches. I'm going to erase this. Right now I have 72 inches. And what I would like to do is multiply by a conversion factor that has inches on the bottom of the fraction so that inches and inches can cancel out. I'll show you what I mean by this. So right now I have 72 inches. I'm going to say I would like to multiply by some conversion factor that has inches here on the bottom. When I do that, inches and inches are going to be able to cancel, and that's going to get me to a new unit. Now I only have one conversion factor that has inches in it, so I need 12 inches to be on the bottom, which is determined as soon as I know where the inches part of it has to be, and then 1 foot is what has to go on top. If I were to stop my calculation here, my answer would end up in feet. And actually, let me do that. So I have 72 inches times 1 foot over 12 inches. Inches and inches cancel. We get 72 times 1 is 72 divided by 12 equals 6. And my answer is in feet. That's what's left over. Maybe I want to go a bit further though. Maybe I want to convert this number into yards. Right now, I have a number in feet, so I want it to multiply by a conversion factor that has feet on the bottom of the fraction. I've used this guy, so I'm going to cross it off. I have one conversion factor left that has feet in it at all. So I want feet on the bottom of my fraction. And again, I'm doing that so that feet and feet can cancel. I have here 3 feet. The other part of my conversion factor is 1 yard. So when I do that, my feet and feet cancel. I get 6 times 1 divided by 3. So I get 2. And feet canceled with feet. I'm left with yards. So I get 2 yards as my answer. I can do that all at once. And I should be able to, because it's a little bit tedious to keep stopping at each step along the way. So I might write it out this way. I might write 72 inches times conversion factor number 1 was going from inches to feet, so I said 12 inches over 1 under 1 foot And then I said 1 yard over 3 feet. When I cancel, I get inches and inches can cancel, feet and feet can cancel. I'm left in yards. 72 times 1 is still 72. Divided by 12 is 6. Divided by 3 more, that's 2. And I'm left in yards. Another example. What if I want to convert 2 meters to feet? So now I'm doing something a little bit less familiar. I do have a couple of conversion factors, and these would be given quantities. I have 1 meter is 100 centimeters. I have 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And I know that 1 foot is 12 inches. Here we go. 2 meters is what I'm starting with, and I would like to multiply by a conversion factor that has, right now I've got meters, I want to get rid of meters, so I would like to stick meters here on the bottom so that those two can cancel. I look at my list of conversion factors and I only have the one that has meters in it. So I'm going to put 1 meter on the bottom and 100 centimeters on top. My meters and meters cancel. I've now used this conversion factor, so I'm going to cross it off. At this point, my answer would be in centimeters, so I need to keep going because centimeters are not feet. So I have here a conversion factor that has centimeters. I'm going to put centimeters on the bottom of my fraction so that centimeters can cancel with centimeters. I've got 2.54 centimeters on the bottom. I've got 1 inch on top. And right now my answer would be in inches. I've used this conversion factor, so I'll cross that one off. Inches. I'm trying to get to feet, so I'm still not there. I'm going to have to keep going. I'm in inches right now, so I want inches to be on the bottom of my fraction. If I do that, then I can say inches and inches will cancel again. So, this bottom conversion factor has 12 inches, and it's got 1 foot. Inches and inches cancel. I've used this conversion factor. I'm out of conversion factors, so hopefully I'm there. This would put my answer in feet, which are what I'm looking to get. So that's it. Now I'm going to punch in these numbers. 2 times 100 times 1 times 1, that's 200. Divided by 1, divided by 2.54, divided by 12, and when I punch all that in, I get 6.56 feet. So I'm able to do the same idea as what I had before with converting inches to yards. I can do that as long as I have some decent conversion factors. And really all I'm doing is trying to match the units until this thing cancels out and gets me the units that I want.